Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we're going to work on a necklace using some more of my April Bargain Bead Box. But before that, I'd like to say thank you to my subscribers because yesterday I hit 500. And because we hit 500, I'm going to have a giveaway. Now, you're going to have your choice. I've got beads, or I'm going to make some earrings with some of those beads, and you can choose the beads themselves or the earrings, whichever you prefer. So let's turn down and we'll look at the beads and things that I have gathered for the prize. For our prize, we are going to have quite a little selection of items here. We have a couple of hoop ear wires. Now these ear wires, you pull them apart right here, see the little groove right here, and then you feed your beads on, and then you put it back up here and use either glue or crimp it, or use combination thereof to close it up. There's also a hole right here so that you can put a dangle in the middle if you want. So we have two of those, so you could make a pair of earrings. We have, people who know me know I love spacers, so we have a dozen of these little tiny silver ball spacers. And, whoop, I just made a mess down here. And a dozen of these little triangular spacers. I'll get those back in some kind of order since I just messed everything all up. Don't want to lose them. We have a couple of green leaves with a top hole. We have a couple of little flowers that have a little, the hole is in the middle. You can see that. There we go. Now these are check glass, these pressed check glass, these ones I'm showing here. And we have two more little pressed glass flowers with the hole going through the middle. Some pressed glass tulip beads. Some little oval with striped. And the last of our pressed glass are these cool little, I'm not sure what kind of beads these are. I always call them a ball of yarn because I tend to put them with kitty cats. So there's those. Now we do have some more check glass. I have some little 3mm beads. These are black. There are 8 of those. Then I have 2 of these little, I think these are the wild rose style, with white with purple. Those pretty. I like these kind of flowers. And then some more check glass green leaves, the hole going from the top from side to side. Next we have 2 sets of silver ear wires with the ball on the end. And then 3 tiny little toggle clasps. And these are tiny. I tend to use these ones for rings as opposed to toggles, but you can use them for either. They work great on a bracelet because they're small. Then we're getting into the really special stuff. This is stuff I normally hoard. This is some of those crystals from that Austrian company we're not supposed to name anymore. We have 8 of the little black butterflies. They are little, only I think 5mm, I think they say. But there's 8 of those. Then we have 6 of the topaz cubes. Two of the copper wings. Four of the jet black hearts. The hole goes from side to side. And four of the jet black flowers. Again, the hole goes from side to side. And the last thing is I have some little sample packs of soft flex satin silver wire. These all have about a foot a piece in them. There's 4 of those. So that is what is going to be the drawing prize. And how I want to do that is that on the video where I make something with some of these beads, you're going to comment. And every comment is going to get a number assigned to it. Well, only one per person. But then I'm going to randomly draw the number for that particular, and then the number that wins, or gets chosen, however you want to put it, will get their choice of whatever I make that day with these type of beads, or the beads themselves. And that is your choice. You get whichever of the items you prefer. So we'll put these aside, and this is our prize. And I hope that whoever gets that really enjoys it and does something special with it, if you choose to make with it. So we'll put that aside, and then we're going to start our necklace. To make our necklace, we will need a soft flex beading wire. I'm using Butterscotch Imperial Topaz. It's a brown color. Then I will need the beads that I have chosen for this particular necklace that I've designed. There they are. And some of the chain. Anyway, so let's lay this out in the pattern that I have designed. And this is going to be just a really simple little necklace. Just one bead strand with chain up the end. So we're going to use these big ones. This is the last of my ocean jasper. And here is the last of these beads. I'm going to put them in like here. I'll use a melon bead on either side. Then one of our cream colored rondelles. Stay there, baby. Another melon. Two greens. Then a bead cap with one of these the smaller, the 8mm jasper. Then we're going to use 3 of these little bicones. Bead cap, jasper, bead cap. Two more of our green. A melon, and then 3 more of our shimmers, our peach shimmers. So let's get out some beading wire. And I'm going to bead it straight onto the spool. After I get it finished, I will measure it for you though. So let's just start with our little peach shimmer bicones. And like I say, we want 3 of those. And then the melon bead and 2 greens. Whoop. No going away. I need you. Our bead cap, the 8mm jasper bead cap, 3 of the peach bicones, again a bead cap, the jasper, and a bead cap. Two greens, you can see how that's looking so far. Now we're going to use the melon bead and then the cream bead. And the other melon. And now we have the 10mm jaspers and the hammered bronze beads here. Isn't that a pretty one? It's nice flap the patterns on that. Now again, the melon and the cream. Two green. Bead cap, jasper, bead cap, 3 peach shimmer bicones, two greens, melon, and then the peach shimmer. And I'm going to put a bead stopper on this side so we don't have to worry about that. And there is our pattern. Now, I have debated making a little change down here at the bottom because it is very basic browns, and I may add some more of the little melons and peach shimmer in here just to give us a little color. So I'm going to think about that for a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, I have got out some more of the little peach shimmers and some more melon beads because I feel this little section here needs some color. It's just too boring as it sits here. So let's unclip this and take it off from right here. We'll just keep it in as straight a line as we can here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a melon bead on here, the peach shimmer, then the hammered one back on, a peach shimmer, the melon, the jasper, the melon, the peach shimmer, the hammered brass, the peach shimmer, the melon, and then we're going to go right back up to how we had it before. And see, now we've made this much longer, but we've also added this lovely bit of peach color in here, so it's not so boring. So we'll just string it all the way back up the way we had it. And if you're careful, you can just string right from off of where you left it here. That's what she looks like, all stranded up here. And all we have to do now is add chain up the sides to the length we want it, and then a clasp, and we will be done. We have our bead strand all beaded. Let's cut our wire loose. And I will measure that so you can know how much I ended up using. So let's put our strand here and our ruler. So it looks like we are about just a little bit over 10. So depending on how long we want to make this, we now have to decide that so that we can cut our chain and get it onto our hook it onto our necklace. So I'm thinking about 20 inches probably, maybe 22. So we want at least 10 inches of chain. So let's put this up here and we will measure out. I have some scraps. I forgot I cut that for something else and didn't use as much. Okay, we will go with 10. I'll cut that loose right there. And then this is our chain we're going to use. Put the rest of it away. Okay, so now that we have our 10 inches cut, we'll actually want to cut this in half so that it is 2 5-inch pieces. Unless, of course, you want to do a front closure, which I'm not going to do, though I could. So now we have to find where our middle is. Looks about right in here somewhere. So we'll just cut this one link. And then we have 2 pieces, and we will hook one to either side of our necklace. And in order to do that, we'll get a couple of crimps out, and we're just going to simply crimp our soft flex straight to the last link of our chain. Okay, since we don't have antique bronze crimps, we're just going to use black ones. So we'll just take and put the crimp on the end, put the chain through, bring our wire around, slide it through our crimp. Now on this end, you don't have to worry about going into the beads or anything yet. Just pull her up the way as tight as you want. And we'll crimp right here. Now these are magical crimpers. They have a divot in them. As you can see, you just put the little crimp into the divot and squish down. Then you turn it, put it back in the divot, squish again. And you keep turning and squishing like this until it won't squish anymore. And looks like we've reached that spot. Do a tug test, it's great. Now let's see if your bicone will fit in your wire. Some of them do have a big enough hole, and others are a little tight. So, okay, that one went in fine. And so did that one, and now it just slipped back out, but that's all right, we'll get it. There we go. Then we get, okay, so we put the second crimp on the other side, feed the chain onto our wire, and then feed our wire back through our crimp and our beads if we can get it to go through. And it actually looks like it's going to go through all three of our little bicones here. Yep, there she goes. So now that she's here, we'll just pull her down. Now bring your beads back down and pull this down again. And if it's about where you want it, then you crimp it. Being careful with that last bead since it is a crystal and you don't want to break your crystal. That looks about good, so we will maybe tighten it just a tiny hair. And always have this folded up when you crimp, because otherwise it gets too tight and your necklace will have no movement at all. Okay, so let's get our crimp in there. Crimp her down, turn her, crimp her again, turn, 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 turn. Okay, that looks pretty good. Tug test, it's going great. And then we will cut this little extra bit of wire off. And we're good except for our clasp. Now we just have to decide on a clasp and whether we want a toggle or a magnetic and get that hooked onto there. Okay, I have got a magnetic clasp. These are very strong little guys. They look small, but they're strong. In fact, to pull them apart, you need to sort of slide them sideways. And I've got a couple of brass oval jump rings, so we will just open these up and hook on our clasp here. So just take it sideways and give it a quick twist. Hook it onto one chain, and then one side of our magnetic clasp. Now you'll find when you're using magnetic clasps, the biggest problem you're going to have is that the magnetic clasp loves your chain and it's going to bunch on it, just like it's doing right here. So just pull it apart a little bit here. Get our other jump ring, open it up with the twisting motion, hook it into our clasp and then into our chain and tighten her up. Okay. And there we go. She is done. There's our nice, simple bead and chain necklace. Isn't that cute? So let's turn up and we will talk some more. Okay, there we have our necklace. Real simple. Just a simple little beaded necklace. Everyday wearer type of thing. And hope you liked this little video. I had fun making it. And remember, on our next video, not this one, the next one, make a comment, because every comment will go towards getting a number, well, every person that makes a comment, towards getting a number, and with them we'll randomly draw for the bunch of beads and findings. And I wish everybody luck with that one. So this has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you soon.